So I think we both agree on comfort must be hand in hand with style.
Yes.
And you don't have to spend $1 million and break the bank to look like $1 million. Hey, everybody, it's Diane Gilman, formerly the Queen of Jeans, but now the proud host of my own podcast, Too Young to Be Old. And this is Fashion Thursdays with Diane. And we have got a great guest, Jill Doused in Pink. No, Doused in Pink is not her last name. It is her very, very popular fashion blog. Well, Jill, welcome to Fashion Thursdays. And I want to get right into it and ask you, you're based in Chicago, right?
I am.
So this is in a way, a very more realistic city to have a fashion point of view than New York, where we're always playing to, especially the fashion industry is always playing to the fashion industry. Tell me how you got started with your blog, and I love that title, Doused in Pink. Is that actually referring to the fact that both you and I are breast cancer survivors and the pink ribbon, or it's just because you like Barbie pink?
So a little bit of everything. So Doused in Pink came about at the encouragement of my daughter. I started it back in 2014. So I actually just had my 10-year blog anniversary
Wow.
last week, which is
Congrats.
crazy to me. Thank you. And when I was coming up with the title, I like pink, and I knew I wanted to focus on fashion, but I didn't want to be tied just to fashion. So I didn't want a blog name like that would just imply fashion. And so we were like brainstorming, and I like pink, and then we were coming up with like what's like everything, and so we came up with Doused in Pink. Um
It's interesting to me. Because I'm talking to you and you are very authentic and you truly love fashion, but on a more personal level. I took it for 50 years on a very professional level. But the interesting thing is, I love pink also. And trust me, I am not a pink personality and I do not live in a pink obsessed city. And it's fascinating to me that out of all the fashion shows, most of which cost $1 million or more each, there was no bigger tsunami of influence really around the world than Barbie, a plastic doll, and pink. And I was saying to Jill before we started this podcast, I really went like all out on pink. I bought a pink Gucci pair of loafers. Oh, they're so cute and they're so pink. I bought pink J. Crew cashmere sweaters. I bought a pink Gucci handbag. I went on and on and on. And you know what? I love it. I wear it all. You're in pink. I think it looks great. To me, I thought it was going to relate back to our breast cancer survivor stories, but not so much. So, how did you get into blogging and what does it mean to you? And then we're going to talk about shopping, my favorite.
Yes. Okay. Well, I started my blog. I was reading blogs, and as I said, my daughter encouraged me. She's like, "Oh, you can do that. You can do that." Because I've always was a go-to person, like with my friends, to pick out outfits or go shopping. Help them like put things together. And at the time, I wanted to like kind of document my outfits because I was working from home. I was going to the gym in the morning and then just staying in my gym clothes all day. And then I didn't feel good about myself. And then I'd go out and run errands and I'd run into people and I would just feel like yucky. And so I knew that if I was getting dressed every day, I would feel better. I would be more productive. And so at first I was just documenting outfits. This is what I wear every day on the blog. And then it's kind of branched out to, this is how you build your wardrobe. Here's how to incorporate trends. Here's how to style things multiple ways. And then just have that put together look without like breaking the bank.
So here we're going to talk about not breaking the bank. So obviously, I love me a couple of status pieces. So if it's going to be recognizable, like a Gucci horse bit, then I think, I have Gucci loafers from like 10 years ago. I really take care of them. And they never go out of style, and they're always right. And a good status handbag will get you so far in the world of women. And then let's talk about the reality. So for layering pieces, I love Uniqlo. Oh my God, they make a turtleneck, 100% merino wool, hand washable, 39 bucks. Used to be 29, 19.99 on sale. I'm wild for that. And you know what else I love too, Jill? Amazon Basics. Have you tried like their basic t-shirts or their basic leggings? They're great.
Yeah, I have tried some things from the Amazon Basics line, and the quality is actually really, really good.
The quality is excellent. And then I call it throw as you go clothing. Cause even if you get it on sale, so let's say you get X amount of t-shirts for $19. I tend to like to put a little makeup and certainly some face cream on my neck. So
Mhm.
if I get that white t-shirt dirty and that won't come out, then it either becomes an exercise t-shirt or it just becomes a throw and go. I used to love H&M, but you really have to be there. There's a place where you got to see it, feel it, and
Yeah.
touch it. I don't think you can buy that online. Two more things. One, not such a shock. One, a little bit shocking. I love J. Crew for their basics, not so much their fashion pieces, but their cashmere is so high quality. I swear I have pieces from 15 years ago, and they still look fabulous. But my fashion secret is Costco. First of
Yes.
all, I just love Costco. I love walking around with that big cart, and everything is a discovery, and everything is, ooh, I just found unbelievable cashmere socks by blah, blah, blah for nothing. How do you feel about shopping at these places, and what do you get?
Yeah, I think, J. Crew is great for basics. We don't have a Uniqlo here. There might be one in downtown Chicago, but
Oh,
we have H&Ms. And I do feel like I do need to go in the store. Like, I can't order online at H&M. I just haven't had good luck. I think J. Crew and J. Crew Factory is great for basics and, like, building your wardrobes. They have
well,
great winter coats.
I didn't even know there was J. Crew Factory.
Yeah, J.
Really?
Crew Factories tends to have the same things as J. Crew. They're just made a little bit differently. I think the quality's still good, and then it's just a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, you're right. J. Crew also does great coats. And, nobody does color like J. Crew.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah,
bold in color, and they'll actually convince me, because if you're going to buy something in real intense color, the make better be pretty good, because every single stitch is going to show and
yeah,
count.
that's
So now talk to me about my fashion secret. Costco!
yeah, don't discount Costco. Like, there are so many good finds, and I know sometimes in the stores, like, you just see piles of stuff, but there's some really good you can get some really good stuff there. Jeans,
Oh, yeah.
T-shirts,
Oh, yeah.
workout stuff.
And in New York, at least up by me where I live on Upper Fifth Avenue, there's a Costco that actually scores real designer handbags and then sells them at a fraction of. So Prada,
Oh,
oh my
wow.
God, I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. And good looking Prada, too. Now, we talk a lot and we throw words around like personal style and casual chic. What does casual chic mean to you? And how would you put a very favorite casual chic outfit together? What would it consist of?
Okay, I think casual chic for me is just taking kind of elevating your outfit. So, like today, I'm wearing like my favorite Levi jeans and booties, and then I've got like an asymmetrical top on, just a little interest, and then like a jacket. Adding the jewelry, just adding the details, just kind of takes that up a notch. So it's an everyday basic outfit, but it's kind of elevated.
A jacket? So it's a soft jacket or it's a shirt that's masquerading or doubling as a jacket.
Yeah.
Okay, and now talk to me where you got each piece and how many of them you closet shopped for as opposed to going out and buying new within, let's say, the last 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Well, my Levi's I've had for probably 10 years. They're my favorite Levi's.
Good girl, no weight gain.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Um, my top, I've probably like I this is all I think everything I'm wearing is at least a year or two old. So I've had this top for I think I got last spring. I've had this jacket for a couple years, and then I think the thing I really invest in is shoes. So my booties are newer. I think I got them back in the fall.
Whose are they? What are they?
Sam Adelman. They're just a Chelsea boot, like a black Chelsea boot.
He makes a good boot. I know him. He was on HSN when I was on HSN. So very, very talented guy who actually knows how to interpret high end down to a really attractive price. And that's what I love about all these stores like Uniqlo and like H&M. I love dressing high low. In other words, if at this point in my life on a fixed income, I'm going to want to make an impact. You're right. It's going to be with shoes, but for me, it's also handbags, and then everything else from jewelry to layering piece for sure. You can fake it. I mean, jewelry doesn't have to be real to be fabulous.
Right.
And yet,
Yes.
I think both you and I are wearing a necklace, which I think adds a lot. Earrings, I think, are almost essential for
Mhm.
framing your face. And I hate to say it, but J. Crew makes great costume jewelry. Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, I have. They do. Yeah. Lots of good jewelry. Banana Republic has great costume jewelry too.
Yeah, a friend of mine actually does all their costume jewelry, and he's used to retailing in much higher end stores, but does it for them without his own label in it, and so you get the quality and you get the style, but you don't get the price. And I think price, especially in this day and age with inflation, I think it's pretty obvious. If you have a family to feed and you're thinking about, am I going to get that fashion piece? Am I not? I mean, food on the table is going to win out
Yeah.
over fashion every time. So I can see where over the years, we call it fast fashion in the industry, which means it's cheaper, it copies high end fashion. It's not really meant to last. That's why it's fast. But I can see where on so many of my basic pieces, I will go to fast fashion to buy so I can afford to buy one dynamic piece. Here's my problem. You're over 50, although you don't look over 50, but you're over 50. You're all sharing kind of the same experiences, that change of life. hormonal weight gain. How do you keep your style? So, did you keep your style from your youth, or did you reinvent your style to match your body changes? I'm always fascinated with this.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I feel like, our styles are always evolving. I know mine has always evolved, where I've, like, had one aesthetic and then kind of moved into something different. But I think, probably over the last, 20 years or so, it's kind of remained the same. I think it's really important to dress for your body type. But I feel like, my style, has been pretty consistent over the past years.
Well, maybe you're lucky and your body style your body stayed the same. But for me, I know I used to wear high heels all the time. I can't. I gained a ton of weight around the middle after the age of about 55. And that is actually how I came to invent my DG2 jean, because I couldn't fit into a jean anymore. It was always too big in the leg if I got a waist that fit. How do you feel about this whole oversized trend? I keep buying it because I'm comfortable in it, because it's mostly oversized on the top. And every time I wear it, someone says to me, you're buying two sizes too big for you. And I say, but it's supposed to be oversized. And they look at me like I'm from Mars. How
Yeah.
do you feel about that oversized trend? And then how do you feel about super wide leg jeans? I have my own feeling about those.
Yeah. Oh, and first I do need to I can't wear heels anymore either. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
flats,
Okay.
it's all flats.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I maybe like a small heel, but definitely, my feet just can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I like the oversized. I think you can wear that. I think that's
Me too.
all in the styling. Like, if you have an oversized top, you want a slimmer bottom,
Oh, yeah.
to avoid the frumpy look. You want to, like, maybe, um, just accessorize, like, add, like, a statement necklace or earrings or with your handbag, and then it will pull the whole look together. Plus it's super comfortable, like, it
Yeah.
always feels good when you're wearing something oversized and cozy, especially, like, in the cooler months.
So I was in within Fashion Week and going for a show, and I was amazed. Nobody dresses up. So when you see like Kim Kardashian in Paris arrive at a fashion show in a full length evening gown, that is just pure fantasy. So it was Saturday night, was a show I went to. So everyone said, "Oh, you're going to a show Saturday night. It's going to be one big party. Oh my God, it's so coveted." I swear to you, everybody pulled a plain basic trench coat out of their closet or an old leather jacket. A lot of women had on the big oversized jean, which I felt just swallowed them up. A simple t shirt, and the woman sitting next to me, who is a fashion executive, I said, "Well, how did you choose your outfit?" I was a little shocked. And she said, "Oh, I'm so hungover from the fashion party Friday night. Too many martinis. Frankly, this was just hanging over the back of a chair. I put it on." So in reality, everyone thinks, "Oh, fashion week, fashion week." But truly, fashion executives are pretty exhausted. Stores are closing. Everything is online. Everything is fast fashion at a price that you come to expect. And there's very little new churning. But as a breast cancer survivor, I was actually pretty offended. The designer's vision was what I call chemo chic. Honestly, Jill, he poured like olive oil all over the model's hair and matted it to their heads with a stocking cap. I see the look on your face. That's how I felt. He took rust brown eyeshadow and then olive green eyeshadow and ringed their eyes and just a little white powder. And it was like, I need to go to a fashion show and these outfits are $10,000 a piece to look like I looked when I got chemo. No thanks. I'm
Wow.
not, yeah, fashion, I feel very little new has been invented recently. Do you feel that way too?
Yeah, I feel like, just like what I've read about, like, the spring fashion, there's not a lot of changes at all. It's all still very classic, and I think a lot of the things translate really well into real life,
Yeah.
where, some years it's so extravagant on the runway. It's like, how is this gonna, like, translate into, like, what you can attain?
But on the other hand, most of what I saw, you could go closet shopping, right? I mean, I
Yeah, 'cause
go
it was the
into my
same, yeah.
closet and I probably collected 8 or 9 trench coats because I'm a hoarder. So I keep everything for 30 years, right? And try to stay the same size, basically. Jeans, you're never going to get me into an oversized jean. Because my feeling is, and I wonder if yours is the same, if you're going to go way oversized and sloppy in the leg area, it needs to be fitted through the tummy and the waist with a fitted top. And that is never going to work for me. Do you feel that way, or have you
Yeah.
figured out a different way to wear them?
I mean, I think you definitely need something fitted on top, but then I think you also need, like, a 3rd piece, like a blazer or a
Oh, yeah.
jacket, kind of just to balance it out, because you would feel just more exposed with, a very fitted top on top.
But I also think older women past the age of 50 are much better with a silhouette of big on the top, big and relaxed on the top, and lean on the bottom. And that's the way we age also biologically. The fat comes off your legs and thighs and then goes up to your spare tire. But I'm always alarmed when I see my industry, the fashion industry, and they're going to a major event that's going to be photographed and videoed and discussed, and they don't care how they look. I mean, first of all, there wasn't one person in that audience who was even wearing color. Everything was beige, dark gray, and black. And then, of course, I'm completely, and a little bit of cream. And everything about that was exactly how I dressed. And so it was no color in the audience and really no fashion. You would not have known had you done a video. You would have not have known that that was a fashion show. I could have said, okay, it was a lecture for nuclear physicists. And you would go, oh, okay, there were a lot of women in the audience for that. But yeah, I feel like if we, as the over 50 audience and customer, just go back into our closet, if you're good at keeping things the way I am, and or you're just sure you're going to wear them someday, and they're still going to tag on them, you're probably right. Eventually, it will all come around. So, I want to know your very favorite go-to outfit where you always look in the mirror after you get dressed and say, yep, I still love it. What are your favorite pieces? You can have 3 to 4 pieces on the top. And then I want to know what your shoes are and what your handbag is.
Okay. Um, okay, so for winter, it would just be, like, great sweater. Like, I love to collect sweaters. I like some that have a little color or pattern or something interesting. And then dark wash jeans, I think, are classic. I like straight jeans. I still wear skinny jeans. I know everyone says they're out, but I still think
I don't
you
care about in or
yeah,
out.
yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I don't follow the fashion rules. I'm like all
Uh-uh.
about dressing me appropriate, not what everyone else thinks is appropriate. Um, so straight leg jeans for me are my favorite. And then like a tall boot. And one of the reasons I like straight leg jeans is
Oh.
because you can still tuck them into your tall boots.
Oh, okay. Good idea. What are you wearing on top?
I usually either like a moto jacket or like another like shacket or a blazer, just some like a third piece for a layer. And then handbags, just I used to like change out my handbag frequently with outfits, and I don't do that as much
Yeah,
anymore.
me either, but I like a structured handbag. I used to wear giant totes, but I don't. And it's also anymore because I don't go to the office anymore, so I don't have to bring my entire life with me someplace. But I'm doing a photo shoot tomorrow for my next book, and I'm bringing a moto jacket for the photo shoot. Blazers mostly, sweaters, turtlenecks, but moto jackets have really had lasting power.
They really
So,
have.
yeah, are you also in love with like a faux leather or leather blazer? Anything in
Yes.
that category that is a go-to all the time?
Yeah, definitely. I love faux leather, the moto jackets, the blazers, even like faux leather pants. Um,
Yes. I bought some faux leather leggings. Actually, I bought them off Amazon. Oh, they're great. I mean, they look pretty authentic. They don't look too shiny and scary, but they've got 13% spandex in them. They're like quietly perfect. I
yeah,
love that.
yeah, and they just add like a little edge or interest to your outfit.
And then you living in Chicago get some pretty heavy duty weather. So I will tell you that in New York, up until about a week ago, it wasn't even cold. This will be the first year that I have not bought a new puffer jacket like I needed one. But what is your favorite look for a snowy, challenging day?
So, like, just for every day, I do have, like, a very long puffer jacket. It kind of goes, like, right to my knees, has, like, the faux fur hood.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, scarf, love beanies, like, in just different, like, bright colors. Um, a good pair of gloves, like, that are super warm, but
You
still, like
know, I'm going to send you all my gloves. It hasn't even been cold enough in New York to wear a pair of gloves. But I
wow.
did notice one thing at the fashion show, which was women are wearing fur coats again. And after all of this, oh, I would never wear a little animal on me again. That's terrible. They're all wearing real fur. Again, I saw that multiple times. So,
Oh, okay.
you know, sometimes what we say in fashion is just more of the moment then, but it is amazing to me. I will ask you because maybe you have not had the effect we've had on the East Coast, and for me, Manhattan, but global warming has really changed my wardrobe needs. And one of them is I need double the amount of closets now because I used to put my winter clothes into storage. My summer clothes then would come out, vice versa. But now we're going from I think a day that is going to be starting at 4 degrees on Sunday morning to Monday, which is going to go to 60 degrees. You can't put anything away. Do you?
No.
So I keep going back and forth, back. And in a way, that's where color in sweaters kind of comes in. Because if you could be wearing a wool blend or a cashmere blend where yeah, it will keep you warm, but it's not overpowering. You can sort of bridge that gap between bizarre cold winter weather and suddenly spring-like weather. Do you find that in the Midwest too, or not
Yeah,
as
like
much?
yeah, a little bit. So like today it's the high is I think 65 or 66. But on
What?
Friday, yeah, Friday we're supposed to get snow. So it's like kind of crazy.
I guess we're going to get, I guess our 60-degree day is going to be your 65, 66-degree day, just traveling east.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, because this has been so much fun, what is your advice? I will say this before I ask you this question. The fashion industry, we intellectualize everything. We think everything should have this big explanation to it. And oh, this is why you must wear this and you must wear that. But in reality, I don't think women listen to that anymore. I don't think it's you must, you must, you must. And I think so much of what we see, like at the Golden Globes, at the Emmys, at the Oscars, is totally unattainable clothing on bodies that, come on, give me a break. I couldn't have worn that stuff if I was 12 years old. I was pudgy. So, what makes the most impact to you in how you give advice to women and, quite frankly, how you dress yourself? Is it the award shows? Is it celebrities that you follow? How do you come to your everyday go to comfort trends when so much of the world is about special events with $200,000 gowns that are showing body parts that I, first of all, would never show at my age, but I wouldn't have even shown if I was 60 years younger? Where does it all coalesce for you? What and how do you get your feel for what you want to wear and what you want to apply to your blog audience?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it does come from celebrities, it comes from other influencers, it comes just, from what I'm seeing out there, and I just kind of take it and make it my own. Like, I don't feel like we need to, like, copy, an exact look. I think you can kind of put your own spin on everything. I mean, that's the great thing about fashion, it's just so subjective. It's, what your personal style is, and I think if you're dressing and you feel really good about what you're in, like, it makes you feel good and confident and you're smiling when you walk out the door, like, that's what's most important. Like, throw out all the fashion rules, like, if you like I said, if you, feel like you look great in it, it's giving you confidence, then wear it because you should be dressing for yourself, not what everyone else is dictating you should or shouldn't be wearing.
Yeah, I always get into trouble when I go for somebody saying, "Oh, you've got to buy this. This is going to be it." And it's rarely ever it. And I also find as the years pile on that going to what they consider kind of ho hum passe now in the garment business, which is quiet luxury, is exactly where I want to be. I want that, when I was still designing, we found a blend that was actually acrylic and rayon that looked and felt like cashmere, didn't pill, cost 10% of a good cashmere sweater. And do you know, even today, Jill, and that sweater has to be 12 years old, 15 years old, I will still always reach for that in my closet and say, oh, yeah, I want to wear cashmere today, and then see that it was a $39 sweater, not a $390 sweater. So I think we both agree on comfort must be hand in hand with style.
Yes,
And you don't have to spend $1 million and break the bank to look like $1 million.
absolutely.
Well, we're all going to turn to you, Doused in Pink, my favorite color. Not my favorite movie ever, for sure, but I'm still obsessed with pink. So I'm going to ask you just one question before we go. What led you to Doused in Pink? Did you always love pink? And did you play with Barbie as a little girl?
I did play with
Ah,
Barbie. My sister and I had several Barbies. My dad had built us this really cool Barbie townhouse. I wish I still had it to have given to my daughter, but yeah, I loved Barbie growing up, and I just think like the whole Barbie thing's evolved. Like, back when I had Barbies, they were just, it was just a regular Barbie, but now they just have Barbie in just so many different, you know, CEO Barbie, and you know, I think it's really kind of turned to like empower young girls.
I think it is so amazing to me as a Manhattanite for 50 years and someone who is, I'm not convinced that wearing color in a gray city with gray pavement is the right thing to do. I always feel like I just want to blend into the buildings and the pavement. But I'll tell you what, I am obsessed with Barbie pink. And I'm a little obsessed with you, Doused in Pink, Jill. I truly am. I thank you so much. You know what? I appreciate your authenticity and your reality in an industry that has very little of either right now. And so thank you so much. And we will put at the bottom of the screen how you can find Jill, and you'll know because you'll see pink. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. It was just a thrill to be here and chat with
It's
you
so much
today.
fun. Thank you so much for listening to Too Young to Be Old podcast. The episode may be over, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Diane Gilman, or visit our website, thedianegilman.com. If you like the show, leave us a rating or a review and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And until then, don't forget, age is just a number. Together, we'll prove that we are all too young to be old.